You cannot make someone turn to an abuser if the person doesn't have the capacity to abuse. If the person is not abusive, then they will not mistakenly hit you or scream or shout.
For me, it took me close to 3 decades. 3 decades.
3 decades.
I would report to the police.
Okay.
They will try to cancel, then we go back home, and the cycle will begin again. And I told myself that this is the last time this thing is going to happen to me. The next time, I'm going to report. And the rest.
I want to start today's episode by reading a message that came in anonymously. And for the context of this video, we'll use the pseudonym as Faith. This one really is a deep one, and I'll be reading the story just as written. My name is Faith, and I'm the mom of a little boy called Ethan. Remember, the names are anonymous. He is 3 years old. For most of his life, we've lived in an environment filled with fear. My partner controls almost everything I do. He checks my phone daily, tells me who I can and can't speak to, and has slowly cut me off from all my friends. If I say or do something he doesn't like, he calls me disrespectful. Sometimes he shouts, sometimes he hits me. He tells me I've changed since coming to the UK, that I was more obedient back home in Kenya. He says the UK system has turned me into a disrespectful wife. It's worse when our son is there. I try to stay calm for my son, but I can see how much it affects him. He clings to me, flinches when voices are raised, and sometimes he hides under the tables when he hears loud voices. I have thought about leaving so many times, but he says if I ever leave, he'll withdraw my dependent visa and get me deported. He tells me no one will believe me, that I'm a bad mother. I feel trapped and scared, but I know this isn't the life I want for my son. Now, that is Faith's story. And sadly, it's the story of so many women living in fear, especially, within immigrant families who they feel they don't have anywhere to turn to. Today's episode is going to be a bit different and a bit heavy, but it's necessary. Before we go any further, I want to give a very clear trigger warning. Today's conversation contains some themes of domestic abuse, control, and emotional trauma. But listen only if you feel emotionally ready, and you can take breaks if you need to. And if you or someone knows someone who is in immediate danger of some of the things shared or anything like this, please reach out to the National Domestic Abuse Helpline. I would link signposting details, everything you need in case you are in the United Kingdom watching this, on the description of this video. Now, there is hope, and you are not alone. Please check the description of this video for more details. Help is available. Now, let's go on. Okay, so on today's episode, I'm not here alone. I had to bring guests to uncover this question with me here, because I believe this situation is not just critical or unique to just this person that I've sent this question in today, but so many other people are going through this situation. So here I have with me June. I'm sure you've seen June before on this channel. She's the principal consultant of kindambition.co.uk, an organization. They are known for fostering and educating families, bridging cultures, and empowering children. Am I right?
And families here to safeguard and protect.
Awesome.
Children.
Thank you, June, for coming with me.
You.
And I also have here with me Mbuya. Thanks for coming with me today.
Thanks, Mabel.
Thanks for coming on this
Jen.
episode. And we read the question earlier, and I really want to appreciate you ladies for coming on here to speak about this, because this is a matter of high importance. It happens every day. It's been happening since time immemorial that I can remember, and it's still happening these days. Even with the exposure and everything we know that's going on with the sensitization, it's still happening, and even in exposed countries.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say about this lady's story? We had to use another name because of it, and yeah, exactly. So, first thing, what should she do? Where should she run to before we talk about experiences?
Yeah. So I think it's really important we make it clear that a pseudonym has been used not to identify the individual who sends the question in. But I would say please reach out for help. We're not sure which part of UK you are based, whereabouts in England you are, but please reach out. Call for support from the police. Either 101, the non-emergency line, but if there is an emergency and actually you're going through that domestic abuse as you talk about, then you ring 999 immediately for safety, okay? You have a son. I believe the son is 3 years old.
Yeah, according the story.
And your child shouldn't be experiencing that either. Actually, your child is actually a victim of domestic abuse. Under the Domestic Abuse Act 2021, it's very clear that children who experience or even witness domestic abuse are now victims. So we would urge you to reach out for support. There's a National Domestic Abuse Helpline as well. So we'll get Mabel to put that on.
Yeah, it's on the description of this video.
Yeah, so you can reach out for support. There will be a local children's services, social services in your locality, wherever you are. Please reach out to them as well and ask for support. It's really important. There is domestic abuse services within each locality.
Yes, it's everywhere.
The area we have BCHA, for instance, and you can make a referral through a professional. So please, the helplines, children's services, please reach out for support. In the interim, if you have any close family or friends that are called to you that you can trust, please speak to them. If you can't make that call for help, allow them to make that call for help.
Thank you so much, June. Thank you very much, June. Thank you. Mbuya,
All right.
thank you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, or what you would, if you rather want to really dive into the story immediately and tell us, what do you have to say to Faith? What happened from your experience, or from what you can offer as a counsel? What would you have to say to Faith or anybody in this kind of situation? How does this start?
It's so sad that you hear these stories. It's like every day now you come along some issues. And for Faith, I would like to say well done to her, because one step that she did is she managed to say it out. Our organization is called Speak Out, whereby you'll be able to speak it out with somebody. Because with abuse, when she's saying it like this, I think she said she has 3 children, right?
No, she has a 3-year-old son.
Yeah. So what happens, one thing with violence with marriage is culture, number one. Because when you get married to somebody, you're expecting him to love you, you're expecting respect, and you're expecting most of the things. So somewhere along the line, I don't know where things go wrong, and you won't be able to say it, or you relate that my grandma once told me that this is what marriages are like. And then the abuse increases and it continues. Starts like an emotional abuse, controlling behavior, stalking. Because this person said he reads, I think he reads the messages, he goes through your phone, financial, and it becomes something else.
Coercive control.
And controlling and isolating her from friends and family.
Yeah, because I think Faith has told 1 or 2 sisters that this is what I'm going through. Or she has said it to a friend, or she has said to relatives. Because mostly in our culture, what we do, we start with family. We start with our aunts. When we tell them that, aunt, I'm going through this, and because she's going through the same as well. It's so sad that it should be 1 in 4 women in UK suffers under certain abuse.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that much. And it's so sad that most of us who are relocating, because we don't have enough orientation with the country, etc., there's so much abuse going on within couples. Maybe slight things like, I will leave you with the child, I need to go for an extra shift, I need to go to work, and this disadvantage the children as well. There's so many family disintegration with this relocation part. Not that I want to blame relocating, but it's people who are coming from different cultures who are not aware. It's like a cultural shock.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask, how does this start? Is it that it started over here or where they are coming from? What are those signs that possibly people are going through those things right now and they don't understand that they are going through domestic violence or domestic abuse?
Many women, not that they are not men. There are some men who are going through this, but the number is more to women.
More women than men.
Bringing in their partners and husbands who have been violent already. And it's unfortunate. Somebody will not change. It's the environment that will change. But I would like to tell Faith, I'm sure she will be watching this. The very first step that she did is writing to get support. She needs to tell the police. She doesn't even need to go there. She needs to dial the police and tell them what she's going through. There are some referrals. We are going to put some of the numbers wherever they are.
Yeah.
There are some referrals that she can do on her own. Women who are suffering violence, there's Yellow Door. There are Samaritans, it's all over. She can simply make a phone call to tell them that this is what is going through with me. They will be right there to support her. The most fear that people have, especially when they have children in UK and they report these things, is fear of losing their children. That's when I want Mabel June to clarify what happens to somebody if they report violence. What happens to their children? Because people are afraid of losing their children. And some women are so hesitant to report this because they'll be blamed by the family that you went to. And the next day, you've made our son
You mess your family up.
that.
I think not from the law's perspective. So reaching out to police, children's social care, actually you being this survivor of that domestic abuse, you being the protective factor for your children, of course, nobody's going to say you can't care for your children. But it's the person perpetrating the violence towards you that actually it's not safe for them to be around your children. Do you see what I mean? So there isn't any automatic thing in the law that says if you're reporting the abuse you're experiencing, your child will be taken away from you. Absolutely not. Any social worker that will come alongside you to work with you and support you will rather be empowering you and trying to say, right, what support do we need to get you to be able to look after your child and yourself? So if Faith is listening, this shouldn't be something that should put you off at all reporting for help. Rather, I know that there can be families that will blame you because often they say, they don't want their home to be broken. Yes. And so,
it shouldn't be broken, but there should be abuse. There should be someone broken.
I often quote that situation from Osinachi. Osinachi's case is something that
the Nigerian gospel singer.
That's it. She was going out and singing and bringing the money in. The husband was beating her, taking all that money, giving her a little bit. No, I believe that Osinachi was told, no, you stay in your marriage. That's what you do.
There's more dignity in saving the marriage.
And she stayed till she was beaten to death. And then the government actually went, I think a minister went to the home to speak to the children once she was dead. That's when they realized the magnitude of what was happening. Yeah. And the children were even facing that. So sadly, those children don't have their mother, Osinachi, anymore. But I want you out there, Faith, anybody else who's watching it, if you are experiencing this, reach out for support. Your family might be saying that to you, but actually you don't need to endure it. And your children don't need to, because the emotional and psychological harm to you and to your child is immense when you look at the research.
In fact, that brings me to asking Mbuya, because most of the reasons I've gotten from people managing and enduring domestic violence is because they are staying because of their children. Can you tell us what the consequence is for allowing children to be witnesses to domestic abuse,
Yeah.
like from your lived
So,
experience?
Yeah, I like to go back to talking from experience. When you're in an abusive relationship, you're like in your own world, and it's only you who can come out of that. And from what I say, like you start with one child and the abuse, it's like you tell yourself that things will be all right. And then you have the second baby, things will be all right.
So you keep
And then
hoping.
you have a third child, things will be all right. And things will not change. You are just bringing out somebody who's broken, a child who's broken, a child who won't be able. That same child from a research may end up doing the same.
Yeah.
Those children who witness abuse, they may end up
Being
doing
perpetrators of
the same.
abuse.
Yes. Even in school, they can be reports that they become so bully because they want to. Even you as a person, if you witness, if you go through abuse, it's difficult. It takes a lot for you to go back into track with the same people. You are so difficult to love, so difficult to, because you are just used to violent things, and all you want is you create a resistance. Whenever somebody even they speak nicely to you, you just don't. You are not there. It's actually, it's just like trauma. For example, here in UK, they will refer you to trauma counseling because you are just like somebody who have seen the war.
Yes.
You have seen it war. So you need that counseling. That is if you decide to come out of it. So I'm just not telling Faith today, but I'm telling every other woman looking now that it's you who make the step to come out of whatever you're going through. You know what you're going through. Either it might be a stalking behavior or stalking, it might be financial abuse, it might be emotional, it might be, most of the times it comes out as physical, but there will be so many things that would have started. Yes. Somebody just doesn't start by smacking you before. There should be something.
It starts from little behaviors.
So you know the little things that are very uncomfortable to you. Not only to women, to some men, some women are, if that abuse as well. And it goes back to their background if you're going to search how they grew up.
Yeah.
So with the children, you will be doing so much damage to the next generation. So
If you refuse to stop it.
Yes. You are supposed to stop it on your own. For me, it took me close to 3 decades.
3 decades.
3 decades.
Wow. What to actually reach
Come
out
out
for
of
help?
it.
Come out for help. Wow.
Not that I wasn't looking for help,
Yes.
but because of the culture that I was telling you, it's like I'll tell my auntie and they'll, especially if you tell auntie, they'll actually take you back.
Wow. Wow.
Even if you're physically harmed, they'll make sure that you're okay.
And then take you back to the man's house.
Yeah, they will take you back.
So
Especially when
before
you're
they take you back, is it that there's any type of intervention in speaking? Now, if you're still watching this video at this moment, thank you. I sincerely do appreciate it. But before we continue the video, can I ask for one more favor? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet, or give this video a like. Smash that button, smash the like, give it a like, leave a comment, just anything. I sincerely would love to hear from you. I read every chat, or I read every comment, and I respond to it. You know, it helps me really make more valuable content on this channel that you actually want to watch. Okay, enough of my rants. Let's go back into the video. Into this.
Sit down and
Because
speak.
now what happens with most people who are, especially the ones who are physically abuse women, it's like they would then said, what have I done? They start feeling sorry. And you started feeling the same with them again. You started feeling sorry for your partner. You start blaming yourself that maybe I shouldn't have answered this way. That's why he hit me.
You know, just as you said, that reminds me of a wheel that we use, and it's called the Duluth wheel. DULUTH. Duluth is a village somewhere out of the UK, and they came up with this module. It's called the Power and Control wheel. There are different wheels now, actually, and that you go through and it shows you the different things that that partner does that makes you feel. You can start identifying. They isolate you from your friends. They start apologizing. They start minimizing things you do. They take your phone away. They say you can't talk to this person. Your money is being controlled. All of those things, you start to see that these are things happening.
Those
to
are
me,
signs.
and you can identify. And also, when you were talking earlier about children start to learn what they're seeing, that took me to Albert Bandura, a sociologist, who said social learning theory, we learn by imitation and observation. So what we watch, we do.
Unconsciously.
So that was the
unconsciously.
experiment where they left a baby doll in the room. They were hitting the baby doll. The child was there watching. The adults got up and left, and the child straight away got up and started hitting the baby doll because that's what she's seen done. So that's the impact of if faith doesn't do anything about it.
That's what the
This
children
could
would
be
do.
happening to your child. Then that generational trauma and abuse carries on because your child may grow up thinking it's okay to be hit. It's okay for me to hit someone. And where do we then break that cycle? So really hope that it encourages faith. Anyone out there, male or female, we know research tells us over 80% of domestic abuse cases, women are the survivors, perpetrators, men. But there is a percentage of men who are being abused, who are feeling quiet, who are not saying it because they're worried, they're feeling shame that they're a man and that is happening to them. And
Who
they
will
also
believe
sometimes
them?
are being threatened by the women that they would take their certificate of sponsorship dependency away from them. So we have to recognize that as well. So and that's wow.
Yes, in Mbuya, how did you, what brought the deliverance, so I call it deliverance, after 3 decades?
Okay, so after 3 decades, the cycle continued. Like now with physical. Mine was more in the physical abuse.
Physical harm.
It was physical harm. It was worse.
Can I just ask, was that in the UK?
No, not here in UK.
Okay.
Back in Africa.
Okay.
So it continued. It continued like that. And I would report to the police.
Okay.
They will try to cancel, and then we go back home, and the cycle will begin again.
Wow.
So it was when in our country then the domestic violence, some women were contesting that it should go through, people should go into prison for that. So we waited, I think, up until, is it 2014, 15? I was actually one of the people who were waiting for that.
Wow.
It came out. I read that document. I read the law as big as it is. I read that. And I told myself that this is the last time this thing is going to happen to me. The next time I'm going to report. And the worst happens. It was the worst. I call it the worst. I think it was in 2015.
What do you mean the worst?
The worst physical.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
To what extent was that, if you don't
It was a
mind?
great. I'll share the pictures with you.
Wow.
And I have the pictures with me, and I'll share the pictures with you. You wouldn't even recognize me. So,
Would you want the pictures shared to everyone on this
Not-
video?
no,
Or just to me? Okay,
So,
that's
so
right.
that means you had facial injuries that you were.
Yeah, I just wanted you to describe it.
Yeah.
Because when you say,
bleeding eyes, my eyes bled. Yeah, that's how harmful it was. My face was,
like physical fighting. I'm
Yes,
asking because
yes.
it's not what I see
Yes,
every day.
yes.
Yeah,
So
so
the
like,
fight starts and you'll be resisting. As the violence it grows in you. You also become very physically fit. Like you want to protect yourself.
fight back.
Yes.
You start using weapons, pots, pans. You start using all that to protect yourself. And the children as well. They will help you. If the children grows like mine, they were done helping me.
So were they witnessing all that happening?
They did.
in their
children
presence.
witnessed that. Yeah, my children witnessed that. So, as time grew, I think one of the relatives said, after I prepared a meal for her, she said, you know what, I just wonder if you just seem like a nice person, but I just wonder why you are in such terrible fight. Have you ever watched Sleeping with the Enemy? That's what she said.
Oh, the movie.
I said, no, I've never. And I sat down and I watched it.
It's an old novel. Yeah.
I haven't, but I know that that title is
So
a
you
popular
watch it.
one.
I watched it. If you ever watch something on television and it gets into you, like it was in my nerves, and I played it again. I think I brought those video cassettes. It was a video cassette. It was not something on Netflix.
Yeah, the old-fashioned
Yes, so
cassette.
I watched it and again and again. And then I said, oh, that's true.
So it was a
Woman in
relatable
there. It was
situation.
related. Yeah, she was going in there, but the house was built like somewhere like on an island and she couldn't swim. And the men had a controlling behavior and they would hit her. And she managed to do swimming lessons and swam
Wow.
and disguised to live like a man.
Oh, so she had to escape.
She did. So when I watched that, I said, it's only me. It takes me to come out of this. That same person again, a relative to my ex-husband, told me, have you ever gone to the police? There's a picture there of an old woman who's holding the chains and breaking them. And she was saying something about domestic violence. It's there in my country, the picture. I'll ask someone to send it to you. You'll see it. She'll be breaking all the chains. But she's an old woman, which means she had suffered all her life with abuse. I went there and I saw that. And it says it's only you
That can
break. That's what that sign says. It's only you who can break that. So I made a police report. And it was the same cycle. You
stay over there in your country.
And most of the times I would withdraw. You
still go back and withdraw the case.
Withdraw the case.
Oh.
Because I'll say, no, things will rectify things.
Is that because he was telling you?
No. I would tell myself that I need to forgive. I have a good heart. I can't be doing this. This law will actually take him down, etc. And then...
And you lose your home and you won't be happy.
This time I didn't do that. I said, no, I think the law needs to teach this person. I let him go. You went through. And guess what? When you report violence, even here in UK, whenever you report violence, there's record keeping.
Absolutely.
It doesn't necessarily mean that if you report your partner that he's talking or he's having a controlling behavior, they will take him in. It's a record for something worse. All those women who have been killed, they've had some police reports. There's something that is called Clark's Law in this country. If you date somebody even before you get married, and they've been reported before with some abuse, you can actually register the details of your partner on that.
You'll see everything.
There's Claire's Law
report.
You can attend the police station. You file it online to an application.
Yes.
The police will then you've got to be somebody you are in a relationship with.
Okay.
And the police will then give you, without their knowledge, that is the whole point of Claire's Law, to give you any history of convictions that person has. So say you are in a relationship with somebody, you've got children, perhaps they've also got children, but you really don't know their history and you're worried. Now, the police will tell you if that person had a conviction 10 years ago for sexual violence, for theft. That information is valuable to help you make a decision. This is how you protect yourself and children in your home. And it is essential that women are knowledgeable about that. Dorset Police often will post that on Facebook.
Wow, that's
to help you understand what Claire's Law is, that you are able to do that. Because sometimes some women, they say love is blind. So sometimes what I see is they are so much in love that they don't even want to go and do a Claire's Law.
Is that really love?
Claire's Law gives you the information and then you can make an informed decision whether you want to carry on in a relationship with that person. But not just you. If you are acting protectively and there are children there, then you must do that Claire's Law because it's also to give you information that you think you may know. Because sometimes you may hear people say, oh, I know he's got a conviction for this. It's fine. It wasn't anything to do with children. But you don't know what else might be there. So to make an informed decision, you make a Claire's Law application. Let the police provide you with that. And then you go and you seek help as to what you do with that information.
It's amazing.
Really there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think that was the time I made the final report.
That was still back in Africa.
Yeah.
And then you had to come to the UK.
Yeah, and it went through and
So the
first time, it seems like it was the first time after 19 years.
Wow.
That's when I got.
So did you both relocate or
Yes.
immigrate into
Yeah.
the UK?
Yes.
Even in the
Separated
midst of
then.
all this?
Yeah, we separated then because I could actually see that I'm protected more here.
Okay. So that also informed your
Yes.
okay.
So I would need to tell every other woman, man who's going through this, that this country, in this country, you can be protected.
Yeah.
Because when I started this Speak Out, I think I would like to spread my wings from the place that I used to live in Africa, so that people, it shouldn't be something that is good to see any man hitting a woman, and it will
Yeah, it's
belong
not.
to you. The society should stop it. The churches should stop it. The schools should stop abuse. Everyone should stop abuse.
That's true.
Everyone should be able should stop this, because it looks like if you feel or hear anyone screaming or hitting each other, it looks normal. It shouldn't be normal.
Yeah. That's why there's a Domestic Abuse Act 2021 here in England.
Yeah.
It's against the law.
So you can actually report
Yes.
a suspected.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think what it is, people need to be more aware of that. You know, it is important if it's your neighbor that you hear it happening, you call 999. If it's you that's in it, the law is clear. It is against the law for any adult to hurt another adult.
I think you have to teach the children again, June, in kind ambition, that 999 is so easy to dial.
Yes,
And when
she always says that.
And when I've worked with children, I actually sit and I do a plan with them. I tell you, I have a child who used a felt pen to draw their mobile phone to show me how they would dial 999. So we do that and we make sure that children, and often I say, it's not just about dialing 999. What will you say to them? Do you know your address? So we make sure they know their address, because when you call, they have ways of tracing you if you don't speak, because there's a silent 999 call that you can also make.
Yes.
So if you're in danger and you ring 999, you don't say anything, the silent call, for if it's open for more than 30 seconds, they're able to work behind the scenes to find out where you are and to locate you, because it may be you're in danger and you can't speak. Again, the police have posted about it before on social media. But yes, it is important that children know their address.
Yes.
And so when they call 999, they can say, please, can you come? Daddy's hurting, my mummy's hurting. And then you can give the address. So that's something we do as a part of safety planning. So I'm pleased that you say that. It's really important.
Yeah. So it's quite sad that people will end up killing each other here. But most of them, they didn't start here.
Yeah, it starts always with
the heritage country.
Little things that people
little
overlook.
So going out to students in the colleges doing this campaign, that from the dating, you can actually see the traces,
the red flags.
You will see the red flags in your partner. Yeah, that this will end up in a violent relationship, and no one should tolerate any violent relationship.
It's not okay. And I think
it's not.
Young people, those who are dating, it's so important to listen to this advice from Mbuya. Actually, the fact that, your 18-year-old girlfriend hits you, that is not tolerable.
That is
and
not.
Don't think that is okay.
It doesn't just happen.
No.
It doesn't happen.
And it doesn't stop there.
Yeah. If the person is not abusive, then they will not mistakenly hit you or scream or shout.
You will be yourself if you go through that. You are living for somebody.
Yeah.
So you need consent even to go to Asda.
Wow.
You need to have consent, and you need to be time specific. What time are you coming back?
That's crazy.
That's controlling.
Like
coming back from Asda, and where else did you go? Or take me there. Just take me where you've been. You spend more than an hour than hours. It's crazy.
Trouble. When there's trouble.
It is. So when I look at my journey now, I'll be like, oh my God, this is.
So do you wish you had spoken out earlier?
Yes.
In life.
And for me to come out now to get this organization in place, it took time
and courage.
A lot of courage.
You'll be protecting the same. I'll still protecting, but not helping somebody. But it came to a point whereby I got hurt that why I would have done this earlier. I would have stayed safe earlier. You need to create your own space. Every woman who's looking at this now, you need to create your own space, you start from somewhere. It's some of us women are so reluctant that they don't want to work. You're in comfort zone. Most men who do this abuse are good providers.
Yeah, so they use
They'll
that
give you
to lock you up.
food,
The material
everything
things.
else. They are good providers. They are things that they are good at, and you don't want to get out of that. And you are being abused, and you stay in that relationship, and you're providing for your family. Even the families, it's time whereby when your daughters or your sons tell you about abuse, ask them to stop, to get their own space, to start from somewhere. I know of a woman who did that with her 4 children, and she found a job at somebody's house, and she worked very hard for her children. One of the children was a sports person. That son took them to America from an abusive relationship to a housemaid. She became a housemaid at a certain place and went and built, and the son got a scholarship, went to America, and took the whole family there.
Wow.
Can you imagine if they had stayed,
Can you imagine? It could be a different
it
story.
could have been a different story. And I thank God for your life, because you are alive to tell the story. Not everyone is that lucky to, come back sitting beautifully like you, and, advising every other person to seek help when they need to.
You need to seek help.
Some things actually happen along the way, and people lose their lives, lose their self-esteem, become traumatic all their life.
Their life.
Yes. So it's a quick action. If you're watching this video, know someone, and it's such a dicey subject that no matter how you advise some victims, they keep going back.
They keep going back because it is not easy. This is I've also heard that it's not easy. I mean, I was going to ask you, what would you say to family members? The family members who see this happening and yet continuously say to you, you must stay. You must stay. And because of culture and sometimes faith.
Yes.
Because you will be told that,
even in faith, even in the Christian, in the body of Christ.
In the body of Christ, the Bible says you shouldn't divorce, so you need to stay there. What do you say to those family members? Because sadly, if we are grateful to God that you are here today to tell this. Osina, she wasn't. She lost her life from it. And others. Thank you. There are so many others. So the family members, what do you say to them when they see this happening? How they can be supportive?
To family members who are watching this video, if you ever come across your child complaining about any type of abuse, please create a safe space for these children. Yeah, create safe space. Be it a male, be it female. People are killing each other.
Yes.
And how would you feel if somebody reports to you that I'm going through a physical harm from my partner, and the next thing they are dead?
Yeah.
I think most people should be watching how many people are dying through this. Many people are dying through abuse. They are dying because the moment you leave, and most of the times when you report somebody who's abusing you, it becomes worse.
And that prevents you from reporting them again, because you're scared of what they would do.
They will do next. Yes.
So why were you reporting? Even the church is so sad that this domestic violence
is condoned, right?
And some people don't speak about it because we're actually looking at a perpetrator in the pulpit. Somebody is preaching, but he abuses his wife as well.
So did you reach out to your church?
I did, I did. And
in your country?
No, here in UK. I was start from here, and then I'll spread to Africa.
Wow. And what did your church do to help?
It's very supportive.
Yes,
very supportive. They are supporting this. They are actually waiting for this. They are actually waiting for the lounge and etc. Because we're still going through some registration. But we've started even having people whom we are referring to that organization. And there's another one again in Birmingham that we're going to refer most women for safe keeping. They are safe houses. They are places where you and your children can go here in UK where you are safe. Don't worry about working. Don't worry about sponsorship. I know most people worry about what happens to my sponsorship.
I think your life is more important first.
Is more important
than anything.
On a sponsorship job. You are protected. Go and report any other form of abuse. sometimes you don't even need to tell your friend. You don't even need to tell your
Just go to the authorities.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
If you wear a wrong shoe size, it's you who feels
Who
the
feels
pain.
it's more than
No one
another
else
person.
will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's you who have to stand up for yourself, because I'm sure you would have tried to talk to your partner and the abuse will continue.
Mm.
Yeah. There is no way you can ever tell the next person before you two people. And I'm just wondering what happens. What happens to the love that you promise each other then?
Mhm. From your experience, would you say people who abuse their partners do repent or they change? Do they change?
I don't think so.
Or from other experiences you've heard of? I rarely hear of.
I think there's research though to show that we need to come from a restorative perspective. I know that some programs within prisons, for instance, that really helps those who are in there restoratively. There is the Freedom Program that is run locally, and that again helps those who have come as survivors. There is a perpetrator program that is run. I know Relate do one. There's one locally, but I think some you have to pay for. Again, I think there is research to show that actually we all have capacity to change. So we can't write people off just because they've committed domestic abuse. Okay, I think there is research, but I couldn't quote specifically. But there's an element of restorative practice.
But they need to get help first.
need to
The
get
person,
help
the victim has to get help first, and not trying to change the person in the
Exactly.
process of being abused.
Exactly. So if you are the victim, the survivor, remember that person does need to go and get help.
Because sometimes you just stay there and feel, oh, he's going to change, he'll get better. Maybe I'm the one thing making him. You cannot make someone turn to an abuser if the person doesn't have the capacity to abuse.
And they first need self-awareness. If they have that self-awareness, recognize what they are doing isn't right before they step out to go and get help.
Self-awareness.
But self-awareness and that recognition, if it isn't there,
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You
and I
need to
think
get
when
out.
you do get out and you call the authorities, one thing you must also do is to seek immigration advice, especially if this is your host culture. There are some rules around it, which I can't go into detail because I'm not a legal expert, but I know there's a home office route that supports those who are survivors of domestic abuse. So you must seek legal advice on that.
And I want people to also, people that are watching, because I'm sure not only people in the UK or in Africa are watching this, wherever you are, there's actually somewhere for you to get help. I'm sure of that.
Absolutely.
So if you can check online, look for domestic helpline down in the country where you are, I think that's the best way to start and make a report. Trust your life, or just cherish your life to that extent. If you really love your children that you want to stay for, get that help. Just so that you are not starting or you're not enabling another cycle of abuse in the next generation. Please do it for your family. Just one word again for people before you leave. Before we leave this video, a last word for this.
These days I'm doing accountability, whereby I look back, I'm retracing my footsteps to see where I was wrong. So it also takes somebody who's, if somebody said you are hurting me, if I step on your foot and you say you are hurting me, and then you continue saying you are hurting me, and then I wouldn't listen, there must be something. I think you also need to call out for help. That I end up hating my partner, and I don't know why. There are support groups that can help you. Wherever you are, like what you're saying. I think everything has been said in each and every country that you seek for help. Either it's counseling or something. Maybe you might be going through some psychological things yourself. You need help. So you need to help to reach out for help, to see this is what I do. But most people don't want to be accountable of their actions. They are always right. So if you're always right, no one can correct it. No one can ever teach a child who knows everything. It only takes a student who wants to learn. So it's you who go and call out for help. And if you get help, you eventually be somebody that can change.
I think that comes with a lot of humility as well.
Wow. Thank you, June. One word to the audience just as we wrap this up.
I just want to say thank you, Mbuya, because the courage
That's a lot of courage to share from your lived
both
experience on this
step out
subject.
and to help Faith in what she's experiencing and to share a bit of your lived experience is a wow. Where I'm coming from, you are the expert in your lived experience.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing it. And I really hope anybody out there, male, female, Faith and your son, your 3-year-old, children shouldn't have to witness that. That is not okay. It's actually against the law. The law here in England says they are victims of domestic abuse if they witness it. But most of all, I'm grateful you're able to share, and we hope that this will go a long way to help others. If you have a faith and that is getting in the way, it's about time you reach out for that support. Like you said, your church were brilliant.
Yes.
Go to your leaders, and not just your leaders, report it
Yeah.
to the authorities.
The authorities.
It is important. Report it, because you need to be safe and your children need, and safety above all, safeguarding is everybody's responsibility. Safeguarding is it's an international language.
Yeah.
Safeguarding. So we must all be able to do that. But we're really grateful for you, honestly, sharing it.
Thank you, Mbuya. Thank you
All right,
so much.
I would like to say to like people, they're so scared of saying this. People who are working, you can actually share with your employer that you're going through this. Number one, because you're so scared of losing your job. You can also share with the school, because there are some traces in schools. Our children that's comes out in schools. You can actually get support from that. And then you yourself, if you tell your employer, you tell the school that this is what the child is witnessing at home. This is what I'm going through. And then you seek help. But you need to speak out when things go wrong.
Yes.
Speak out when you see that things are not right, even from your friend. The church should be supporting, community should be supporting everyone, the schools should be supporting, everyone should be speaking out about it to stop this violence. It takes us to stop this violence to the next person and create a cleaner generation.
Thank you, Mbuya. Thank you for the courage. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to share your story. And please, if you're watching this video, what you'd have to do to help someone is sharing this video to any platform that you can, because you don't know who is going through the same situation and needs to hear this. And if you've not subscribed on this channel, it's the best time to do it. When you subscribe, you get more updates on this channel. Here we share insights on marriage, on family and relationships, and click a comment on this particular video so that it gets shown to the next person who would be in need of this counsel. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.